Oh, man. It's not all marked up, man. It's a sign of respect.
Thought if I came and looked at this, I might find my way back, you know?
Wanna know what I see up there? A fantasy, man. A dream.
All right, chat, here we are. Let's go. Finally back from a week of travel in Colorado. It's good to be back. I feel like, man, Puffco's released so many controversial things throughout the years. It feels like this last one might be our most controversial. I didn't really expect that to happen, but here we are. Anyways, chat. Let's see. So, speaking of which, Peak Pro Link available now, where our products are usually available. you know where to go for them. I can't say them on YouTube, but you know our online commerce home. You should go there. Also, lots of new videos on YouTube to watch. Putting the Puffco Peak Pro link to the ultimate test on the Puffco official YouTube. Is that the one that we shot at Mikey's? Okay, cool. That was a sick one, chat. We were smoking on $500,000 worth more, probably close to $1 million worth of devices at the homies Mikey spot. So you should definitely go and check that out. Some incredible work. Incredible art, I should say. Also, check out the new Puffco support page for the official unboxing of the link. The new Puffco support page on YouTube, yeah? Yeah, that's been a bit of an investment of ours. We're just trying to get you guys the information that you're seeking without having to just ask in the comments all the time. So that new Puffco support page is going to go hard. Let's see. Bear Mountain Studios, man. So this Colorado trip that I went on was amazing. Outside of me getting elevation sickness for maybe the first time in my fucking life, I was sitting there hitting those oxygen cans. We should get some for here too, I feel like. I want to ask a doctor first to make sure that like it's okay for me to use, but I'm not sure. It feels really good, chat. I will say, if you were watching that stream, it feels really good to rip a dab that hurts and then inhale like oxygen right after. I know it's not the most efficient like transfer of oxygen, but maybe it was placebo, but it was amazing. Like I loved it. I don't know if that's the move now, but damn. And yeah, big shout out to the Bear Mountain Studios team, man. That is such an amazing group of people. It really does feel like a family business, and they're so dedicated to what they do, and not just making magnificent devices that you can use, but just their pursuit of innovation, of doing things for the fun of it, of this makes no sense except for we're going to enjoy it. That energy is contagious, and that group of people are truly amazing, kind-hearted, were super hospitable to us, let us use their space to release the product, and then also had amazing pieces that we got to hit them with. So big shout out to Bear Mountain Studios, man. That was so fun and cool to do, and we're definitely going to run some more stuff with them in the future. It was amazing. Oxymasking? I can't even say oxymaxing because that means something else. I went down the whole hole today of like, it's got like, obviously clavicular is a horrible inspiration for younger people. Like I hit up admin this weekend of like, I almost want to place a bet on Kalshi that Clav might die before Trump. Because like I've had homies that were that, obviously not racist or anything else, but like that bingy and crazy when I was younger, they don't make it into their 20s, bro. Like they live fast and hard. But now I've completely fallen down this hole of like adding maxing or gooning to something. So if you're like hash maxing, you're enjoying the fuck out of hash, you're getting the most of it. But if you're hash gooning, it's actually a pretty bad I've fallen down this hole so hard of like, anyways, man, it's a wild time. We need dab count spreads on Kalshi. Damn. Man, I'm looking for something I could do on Kalshi that's like, everybody's just inside trading on Kalshi, man. Oh man, people are making money, bro. You got somebody in Israel opened up their account and is like, Israel's gonna attack Iran by Friday or some shit. It'll just be like, bro, it's crazy. You have like government officials going in and making bets on it's a wild. I mean, bro, our country has been turned into a fucking pedophilic scam. Like that's the reality we're in, chat. We're operating within a video game that is just a pedophilic scam. How many kids can you harm? How many people can you completely rip off? Anyways, we're I guess gonna smoke some hash about it. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. We're gonna hash max. I'm only hash gooning when I'm at home. No, we got to pick one. I'm a big fan of etymology, so we're gonna use the correct terms here. Um, anyways, I also got to see Elbow. That was a treat this week in Colorado, man. Me and Elbow, he's out in Thailand now, pretty much full time. That's his like. I know Colorado's his home, but Thailand is really where he's spending almost all of his time right now. It was amazing to connect with him, to see him. It's funny showing Elbow the link. I feel like in the first 10 minutes that we were talking about Link, he was like, "Oh, I'm going to do a glass air path," or like, "I'm going to take this steel part and make it glass." And then 24 hours later, I'm seeing other artists do it. So it's just very cool to be there to see artists' initial reaction to this and how it's going to play out. It was very, very cool to see. And now other artists have done it. I'm sure most people will be cool about it, but I have a feeling some artists are going to be like, "I was the first one to think of this, and everyone else is fucking knocking me off." But it seemed to be a very natural idea for people to come to. Um, no, don't Sinister. Do not download Kalshi, please. If there is, yo, we're living in a time when I grew up in New York, there was a spot called OTB, off track betting. And you could go into this place and bet on horse races, bro. This shit is making me sound like I was born in fucking 1920. But this is what was going on in the 80s and the early 90s in New York City. And you go into one of these places, bro, everybody's smoking cigarettes. Yeah, I'm starting to sound pretty cool, but it wasn't. It smells like shit. There's a bunch of old, decrepit men in there gambling. It's a very sad sight to see, like real loser maxing situation. Um, and in that time, it felt like gambling, since I was younger, had kind of fallen off a cliff. Vegas isn't doing as well as it once was. I think the whole maybe mafia thing or something in the 90s, like something changed and gambling stopped being, at least in my reality, as popular. I've never been a gambler. I do not like gambling. I don't gamble when I go to Vegas. If I do gamble when I go to Vegas, it's literally because I expect to lose $100 on blackjack and I stop right there. It happened like twice in my life. Um, but right now in this country, there's no laws around these, like, what do they call them? Some predictive market, or there's like a name for it. But like, there's a whole new wave between, what's the app that everybody uses that they do so many videos on? They're just gambling on the app. They'll do something stupid and they'll be like, "Oh, let me throw this money." What was it? Rainbet. You got Rainbet, you got Polymarket, you got Kalshi, and there's a whole generation of young people right now that are getting into gambling, which again, it's never scratched that itch for me. I have a very addictive personality, but it did not ever get affected by gambling. It's just not a thing I'm into. But man, seeing this new generation of young people, and it feels like largely young men, that are falling into this reality of gambling, man, like there's just one direct path to the end. Like there's very few successful gamblers out there. There's successful poker players out there for sure, but their art is in playing a game, not just in like scratching this itch or getting this high of "I'm trying to gamble." Please don't download Kalshi. Any jokes I make, like that shit is one of the worst things being injected into our society right now. I believe is illegal in most places, and it's just fucking horrible. Prediction markets, what I thought it was. Um, yeah, really, buddy. Parlay is a different kind of high. Yo, I get it, but man, people are gonna lose everything, and like it. I believe that gambling also leads. The high that you get from gambling will create other degeneracy in your life. You'll be chasing this other high of like, how can I get that itch? And it's not good, man. I have never known a winner who was a gambler. I've only known losers, sorry, chat, that are gamblers. And like maybe some of those losers end up winning some of the time, but all of them hit the wall. All of them end up in a horrible place. Um, yeah, anyways. Okay. I lost $300. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's the dumbest shit, and you could scam. You know what I mean? Like they'll say something like, "Are they gonna say asshole on South Park today?" or something dumb like that. Well, there's a large amount of people that are in control of that. There's the writers in the room. There's all the people that have eyes on those episodes, and like a lot of the stuff on there, it's just crazy to me that it's even a legal thing right now. Yeah, and it's just about how much of a loser you are. Yeah. We're not all losers. It's just, you know, if you're winning, you're not really a loser. Nah, man. I would call Kalshi like bet gooning instead of gamble maxing, man. It feels more like bet. It's not good for you, bro. What's gonna happen from that? Anyways, I don't want to grandstand on this. Some people do it. I think everybody who does it knows. It's like eating fucking McDonald's. Ain't nobody out there being like, this is the way to an elite existence. You know it's bad for you. Some people accept it, but this can create a lifelong addiction that will steal you from yourself for the remainder of your life. I'm like, I haven't known a lot of gamblers, but the ones that I did were epic failures. Like epic, throw their whole fucking life out. And then there's stories I couldn't even tell on here of like people that I haven't known them personally, or if I did know them personally, it's not somebody I was friends with, somebody I knew of. And man, when what do they call them? Bookies? People come to collect money, bro. There's some horrible stories there, like horrible stories. Again, blessed to have never experienced that myself, but I fear for the future of the country. Anyways, it was great seeing Elbow. Thailand just keeps growing, man. He's really holding it down out there. It's kind of crazy to see that a country in Asia is really just pioneering the cannabis space out there. I know that it goes on and off for how legal it is. We know we see businesses that launch there and then die there, so it's not exactly stable. But it has become the home in Asia for most Asian countries or most Asian citizens to travel to have easy access to cannabis and be able to enjoy it. I just think that's beautiful, and shout out to him for leading the charge out there from the Western side of putting our culture there. Also, Year of the Bronto show for Elbow is at the end of this month. The first ever glass art show that I went to was Elbow having a mini Bronto show in 2014. Crazy to be here 12 years later, and he is doing another batch of them. He hasn't made them, I think, in a decade. So that's coming at the end of the month. And then shout out to everybody at Everdream, man. It was cool to see WJC. It was cool to rip that rig. We didn't show the full vapor from that rig that I got. I think the hit I got off the WJC blew my fucking mind. Bro. I was like, they snuck in extreme mode or something in here, and it wasn't. It just hit amazingly well. Yeah, I saw a video today, and I was like, damn, I wanted to see more vapor.
I had it wide, and then I would try to pull up my phone, but I got like right at the top.
Damn. No, it's all good. It's all good. I didn't expect it to do that either. And then shout out to Nate, man. Nathan Myers is just an OG, also out of Everdream, bro. He's one of like the longest running. I don't want to call it a Puffco supporter, but like he's been down with me and he's been down with our vision before I think most glass blowers even ever gave it a consideration, bro. Like he was one of the first of his caliber to make peak tops, and like so because he uses the product. So it was super cool to see, and it was cool to see him enjoy it, man. It was cool. I know that there's not actually a lot, man. There's some people that I think saw this product come out and it's confusing to them, whether they're like, why would I use anything but quartz, or like whatever. It's a weird thing. We made a fucking extension cord. Like if you don't like it, don't get it. But some people seem to be taking it very seriously. I don't know another way to put it. It was cool to see the glass artists that these people collect unilaterally fucking with it. Like really fucking with it. Every single one being like, oh, I'm gonna use this shit all the time. I'm like, you don't use quartz at home? And it's like, man, I got kids, bro. Like, I'm not trying to dunk at home. I'm not trying to torch at home. Like, this just fits in perfectly, and I get to use my piece for it. So it's really cool to see specifically from the glass artists. And I think weirdly enough, I think glass artists have always had a better relationship with Puffco than glass collectors had a relationship with Puffco, just in general, right? Glass collectors, I think, want their products to have a certain image or want it to be used a certain way, while glass artists like, I don't give a fuck, bro. If you're using my work and you're enjoying it, that's great. It was really cool to see them fuck with this so hard. I feel like it's easy to enjoy a Puffco product for them because they're like, yeah, well, when I'm going to take a dab, I'm going to rip my rig with quartz. And when I want something convenient, I'll choose Puffco. This seemed to really cross a line for them of actually, I'm going to start using this with my own products. And then going and hanging out with Alex Ubatuba, where he pulled out a 13-year-old mothership and we got to rip that, and it was fucking ripping. It's a really cool moment, man. I gotta say, this is a product that I was actually kind of against in the beginning. I was just like, what's the point of this? People have e-nails. People have a ton of different products that serve this purpose. Why would we do it? And I think our product team was like, well, let's just try and see what a prototype would look like. Like, let's see if it's actually worth it. And the results were so amazing that the team was like, we have to do this. This is just too good. That and 50% of Peak Pro owners currently have an existing glass piece. So this is something most of them are going to be able to use out of the box. Anyways. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Let me sorry, Jen, it's just so fucking cold today. I have to warm myself up a little bit. Yeah, I'm curious to see who tried it to bring your own rig tour as well. Let me get a little sippy. All right. I mean, do I just go straight for this? I feel like, honestly, I feel like I'm gonna get too high. This thing rips me up, bro. No, I'm gonna keep it on red. I think I might just start with peak. Yeah, thanks. I actually saw that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start with a peak. Let me work my way up because it does Jinx, it does work with the original Peak Pro and the new Peak Pro. So it's effectively working with like 5 years plus potentially of Peak Pros. So yeah, if you have one, it will work with it. You might have to do a firmware update, but that's about it. All right, y'all, man, I got some hash. I got some hash to show you guys today. Let's go in on what is my favorite jar of 2026, and I actually think I'll be closing out the year saying the same thing. This jar is so good that I foresee us getting all the way to December of this year and being like, this is the best thing I smoked in 2026. I got home, I immediately like vac sealed it and put it away. I was really trying to save it for stream. I wanted to talk to you guys about it. And man, as soon as I opened up a bag that had maybe 10 different jars of hash in it, this one jar is the only thing I smelled the second I unsealed the bag. Now, what is this? This is from In-House Smelts. So you can, it's probably sold out now because we covered it last week, but you can get this on rec shelves in Colorado. This is In-House Smelts. This is a strain called Death Coast, which is Death Star and East Coast Sour Diesel. From what I understand, this is a collaborative project between them and Bloom Seed Co. And this is the gassiest jar I've ever opened. No question. I will say, the Influence solventless Sour Diesel BX4 from Karma Genetics, the same Sour Diesel BX4 from Karma Genetics coming in from Feel Good with their Sour Trilly. Those were probably the loudest jars I had smelled as far as gas goes in a while. I wouldn't consider GMO gas. I'd consider it a little bit more earthy, even though it has great gas tones. But even if you include GMO, this is the loudest jar I have ever opened. It reeks of gas. It doesn't have the exact same taste as the sour diesel, the AJ sour diesel that I grew up with. I actually believe the Karma Genetics BX4 through Sour Trilly, a bunch of others have it through Influence Solventless. I think that is the closest to the original sour. But this is louder than any of those. And this is as loud as the sour that I had 20 years ago at this point, if not louder. It blows my mind. So let me show you what it looks like. Oh, yes. Got it open. Before it was even, I can't, bro. Did you see me inhaling this for the first time on the link? Can I just be like, ugh, it crawls in your nose so much. It looks amazing, chat. Look at this. This is near perfection. If I had this on deck at all times, I might not be smoking much other stuff. This is exactly what I want to be consuming every single fucking day. I mean, I'll give you just another quick look at it. I see that tiny piece of particulate in there. I don't give a fuck. This is the gassiest gas. I'm gonna dab that. Whatever the fuck that is, I'm dabbing first. I'm not even kidding. Let me get a hot knife. We taking that shit first, bro. I gotta find it because you can't really see it. Boom. Oof. Oh my god, bro. Look at that. Look at that. It is nuts. It is nuts. The fact that this is recreational hash or recreational rosin blows my mind. Most of the things that I recommend on here that I say are out of this world are just not coming from rec. It's something that most people can't get their hands on. Actually, I gotta take a bigger dab on this. That looked like such a big dab. It's tiny, bro. Nah, bro. This is, look, chat. That's a dab. That's a dab. All right, let's get this in here. I probably should have saved something that big for, what's it called? Like I said, y'all, in-house melts out of Colorado. We covered them a year and a half to 2 years ago on our tour. They just launched. That was their first month of launching. So seeing where they're at now, holy shit. I actually have J-Dab. I actually have, it's a green dot jar, but I cleaned it out and put in the Soy Cubano sour. They just had some of their personal stash there. So I'm going to try that next. I smelled it. It's good. I believe this is closer to that Karma Genetics BX4 sour diesel. It's great. I love it. I'm going to smoke the shit out of it. Like, it is wonderful. When it comes to gas, bro, this is really, any competition that this would enter and not win is a fucking sham. Like, this is, to me, the best thing I've tried in a very, very long time. And again, I have no interest in in-house melts. You know, it's not like a business of mine. I don't really know them. I've seen them, I think, 4 times in my life. That first time at the release of the Pivot at a pop-up we did at PuffCon, and this last time. I don't know them. Like, oh no, it's on green. Red. It's so fucking good. Dank Dominican. If you happen to be one of the many Dominicans in New York, bro, you have got to go and try the in-house melts. Soy Cubano is also great. Soy Cubano is, I feel like they have a very SoCal palate, so they're doing, their perspective is probably closer to an East Coaster, but I would easily say if you're going to Colorado, oh shit, that was quick heat up. Soy Cubano and in-house melts is amazing. From NY, yo, it's not bad, man. I got their white label jar, which is tier 2. I'll just show it to you. I'm not gonna dab it. It's not as good as the other stuff. It is better than most options you're going to get. I almost can't believe that you can get that at $17 a gram. At $17 a gram, that's one of the best jars in the fucking country, man. 17 a gram. That's what somebody in chat is saying, that the tier 2 is 17. I can't believe it because it's too good. There's no way. We almost need we need Potsnob to confirm. There's no way. Let me show you what the tier 2 looks like. If the tier 2 is coming in at $30 a gram, almost double the price they're saying, worth it. Worth it. He's also saying med prices, y'all. And in Colorado, they have rec and med. And so in med, you pay less taxes. So out the door, you're getting a little bit of a better deal. Let me just show you what this looks like. Like I said, I've already been dabbing this. This is their tier 2. I don't think this is coming in at 17 a gram, y'all. I'm not sure how much it costs, but this is their tier 2. This is looking better than most people's tier 1. I mean, I know Pasta was saying he can get, like, you know, for an ounce, what was it, $27 or $25 or something? Not for in-house. For something that I thought was like good. I wouldn't dab it just because the flavor wasn't there. But I thought for 25 a gram, it's a great deal for most people that would. I think it was even cheaper. My best selling in Colorado is 120 for 4 grams. Word. All right, let me maybe do. I have a lot of things to show here, so that makes more sense to me, and it's worth it, bro. For $30 a gram, that is a really, really, really nice thing. Let me see. Should I take another dab? I feel like, chat. Let me run this next thing, and then I'll really get into it with the dabs. I just don't want to be too high for this, so let me clear this out a bit. In New Jersey, I don't know, man. New Jersey is an insanely high price. I've heard of people paying like $80 a gram in New Jersey for a half. I'm sorry, $80 for a half gram in Jersey. So like, I'm not sure. I do have to take a trip out to Jersey eventually, but yeah. All right, everyone. I wanted to focus on something pretty important. New York Times released another slam piece on cannabis, and I think it's really, really important to address. So the name of the article is "It's Time for America to Admit That It Has a Marijuana Problem." What the New York Times claims. It says legalization supporters said it would bring few downsides, called addiction and dependence relatively minor problems, claimed marijuana was harmless with potential health benefits, said legalization wouldn't increase use. This is what they're claiming in the New York Times article. So when it's a straw man argument, serious legalization advocates never said zero downsides. Even me here, I talk about all the time that cannabis can have downsides. Absolutely. That if you are somebody who is consuming and it's getting in the way of progress in life, where you're not looking for a job or getting your life straight, you're consuming cannabis all day, that is a problem. If you're somebody, and the science on this is not solid, but if you're somebody who has a family history of schizophrenia, it may be best for you to avoid cannabis. Again, the science on that is a little bit wonky, but even with that, we're admitting all the time that cannabis is not drinking water. Cannabis is something that does have some harmful effects. If you're inhaling anything but oxygen, that is not good for you. Even though cannabis is so much less harmful than tobacco, like worlds less harmful than tobacco, it is still not zero effect that it has on your lungs. So nobody has been saying that I have seen that cannabis has no downsides, everybody should be consuming it, it's great for you. They have said that it's safer than prohibition. And making cannabis accessible to people is way safer than keeping it inaccessible. The goal is harm reduction, not harm elimination, right? We knew that at best, we can reduce the harm that cannabis would cause you, but there's not no harm from cannabis whatsoever. And also, anybody who studied the Portugal and Netherlands models knew that use would initially increase, that when you make this something that is accessible to people, that you're going to see more people start using it at first, but that's going to top out. Another claim that New York Times made was that usage has exploded, saying that daily users went from 1 million in 1992 to 6 million in 2012 to 18 million today. Well, it's kind of weird considering between 1992 and 2012, there was no recreational legal market. Colorado launched. So they had a 6x increase in daily users while it was still very much illegal in all of the country or most of the country. And it had a 3x increase in users since it's gone rec. So again, I think some of this is going to be reporting, right? Or like people that are actually comfortable saying they consume cannabis is probably more people than ever compared to 2012, compared to 1982. New York data is also showing that more daily marijuana users than alcohol users, claims this proved that legalization caused the surge. Now, correlation does not equal causation. People weren't reporting illegal drug use honestly before, right? 2012, or especially 1992, if somebody's like, are you a cannabis user? You are literally taking a risk with your freedom if you're honest with them. In 2012, a little bit less risky. And in 2026, almost no risk at all to say it. So that's one of the reasons why there's probably more reported usage. Daily alcohol users decline because we have better education about alcohol harms. You think we're in a reality where people are going and calling out food dyes and problem within our food services industry, where we're talking about highly processed foods causing cancer, and in some of that same research, they're talking about alcohol also causing chronic diseases within people. Do you think that has absolutely no effect on the way people consume? Never mind that before, somebody seeking an altered state that they can legally engage in only had one option as alcohol, and now they have more options. Just don't see that as a bad thing. Yeah, another claim that they made is that a health crisis is emerging. 2.8 million people, according to them, 2.8 million people suffer from cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, CHS, you guys know. More ER visits for paranoia psychosis. 1 in 10 develop an addiction, same as alcohol. This is what they're claiming. Now, first, cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, CHS, may be real. Okay, it may be real, but it is excitedly rare and ill-defined. It affects chronic heavy users. This is an education issue, not a legalization issue. The 2.75 million estimate is based on one survey, just one survey, that they did on 2,000 patients in one single ER. One time, 2,000 patients in the same ERs where they did this, which was published in 2018, almost 8 years ago, if not already 8 years ago. Only 155 of the patients reported smoking over 20 days a month, and about 50 of them met the researchers' criteria. Applying those 50 people to the entire population is where they get this scary 2.8 million people suffer from. They saw this very small study that I believe has not been what do you call it? I don't think this study's been validated in many other places. I forgot what it's called when people are doing like studies that are checked. Peer-reviewed, that's what I was going for. I don't believe that this is a peer-reviewed study. And yeah, they're taking this one small sample set from 8 years ago where they asked 2,000 patients some question in one emergency room, got the number that 50 out of those 2,000 were affected, and then we're like, well, this must be what the rest of the American population looks like. Even though this is not a peer-reviewed study, even though there is not confirmation that this is something that is actually caused by cannabis, that could be caused by genetics, and cannabis helps maybe bring it to the surface, but like, this is something we just don't know. I don't want to take away from people that have suffered from this because I've met people who have suffered from CHS. But to think that 2.75 million people suffer from this, we would be seeing a lot more of it. And this is just a number they made up. They're taking very big liberties with the information they're putting out there as it relates to scaring the public away from cannabis. Let's see, out of 50 million plus users, 5.6%, and it's that's what they're saying for CHS, and it's preventable with proper dosing and education. As far as paranoia psychosis, if cannabis caused schizophrenia, then schizophrenic rates should be increasing dramatically. We're not seeing that, right? Again, as I say it, for somebody who has a family history of schizophrenia, you want to know that going in, this may trigger a reaction from you that you don't want to see. But to say that it is causing schizophrenia is something that we would see if we're seeing the data go from 1 million in 1 million reported users in 1982. Thank you. Global cannabis use versus age standardized. What am I looking at here? Gotcha, chat. Okay, so like, let me show you this top-down view. You probably won't be able to see. There you go, chat. You see that bottom line that's consistent? That's the number of people with schizophrenia as a percentage of the population. Do you see the number that keeps going up? That's the cannabis user. I don't know. They don't look correlated to me. Those two do not look correlated to me. When you have one increasing in usage a ton and the amount of actual schizophrenic people in the United States staying the same. Let's see. 1 in 10 addiction rates proves cannabis is equally risky to alcohol. So why is alcohol legal and cannabis demonized? I was reading that wrong. Great point, right? Like that this is something that makes no sense, where if they're going to say actually cannabis is just as addictive as alcohol, even though a cannabis addiction is not likely going to cause you liver disease as far as we know, right? It's not going to kill you as quickly or the same ferocity. God, chat, I'm already high off that one. It's not going to kill you as fast as alcohol will, but even assuming that the addiction rates are the same, Why isn't cannabis as legal as alcohol is? You can go anywhere in the country, even in Utah, that have crazy laws as it relates to alcohol and still be able to purchase alcohol. So if they're trying to vilify cannabis by saying it's as bad as alcohol, which I believe almost all the research shows it is not nearly as harmful to your body as alcohol, but if it is as addictive, well then let's make alcohol legal, right? Like if that's what they're saying, it doesn't make sense to me. They also claim that current regulation is too weak. New York Times thinks that we should increase state taxes and impose a federal tax, dollars per joint, not cents, to make it more expensive to discourage usage. They want to cap THC at 60%. They want to crack down on medical dispensary claims, and they have a grudging toleration approach. Now, on taxes, it's already overtaxed. High taxes means that the black market is going to thrive, right? If there is something that somebody can get you cheaper because taxes put it over the edge of affordability, they're going to go to the traditional market to get their stuff. It also means that there won't be any regulation in that traditional market. There will be zero testing and zero age checks. And so the best way to prevent people from getting bad cannabis or for getting into the wrong hands, i.e. children, is by making sure that you have a healthy, regulated market that promotes people coming to it instead of going into the traditional market. And the big lie that they're pushing is that legalization failed. They said that we went too far too fast, that it should model alcohol, tobacco regulation, and they need to slow the rise of usage. The thing is that legalization worked. People aren't going to jail for a plant. This is working. There's less people being put into the prison system now than there were before because of this plant. Also, the traditional market is shrinking slowly because taxes are too high, because in many places you go to, it is still more affordable to go to the traditional market than it is to go into the rec market to get cannabis. That kind of makes no sense, right? Like you would assume if you go into a grocery store and you're picking up any fruit, it is going to be more expensive at the farmer's market, right? It's going to be smaller batch producers. They're going to have bigger hurdles than a company that is managing hundreds of thousands of acres across the country afar. It doesn't make sense. And that shows that regulation is failing. If you have people turning to an unregulated market to get their cannabis, it shows the regulated market is not providing the solution they need. Tax revenue also, by the way, is funding schools and social programs. And so in a reality where we're seeing in New York that the last mayor or whatever it was spent a bunch of money that they shouldn't have been spending, and now there's this big deficit of what they need to support their budget. Cannabis is paying for schools. Cannabis is paying for social programs. And this is a thing that people are glad to pay tax on. They should be less. But this is funding the right things by doing the right thing, by making this accessible to people. Let's see. Also, the comparison to alcohol and tobacco proves the point. Both are legal, regulated, and use declined through education, not criminalization, right? That's what we saw happen with tobacco. We're in a reality where less people are consuming tobacco than ever before. That happened through education. It didn't happen by making tobacco illegal. Anyways, New York Times is basically saying legalization worked so well that people feel safe enough to be honest about their use. Now we should punish them for that honesty. This isn't about public health, it's about control. The same editorial board that supported legalization in 2014 is now getting cold feet because people are using the legal product legally. It doesn't make sense to me. And the answer isn't grudging toleration or prohibition light. It's honest education, proper regulation, and stopping the cycle of treating cannabis consumers as second-class citizens. That's what the future looks like. Now, I just really wanted to cover this, chat, because as we said, you guys hear a lot of things I get recently is, Roger, why are you being so political? Why are you talking about these things? Like, let's just keep it hash. Our existence as cannabis users is literally political. A government that is not afraid of its constituents is going to do things that go against what those constituents want. And we deserve access to cannabis. And so if you're here and if you're watching when somebody says, why are we getting political? Let's just smoke weed. We can't smoke weed if we don't stay political. We cannot push for a better future if we don't acknowledge the harms of today. That's just the reality we're in. And I want to leave you with this last tidbit, chat. In this country, let me think about how I want to say this. You know, in this country, pedophilia is illegal. But cannabis is currently legal. It's becoming more legal every day. It is a shame that we have a country that is run by fucking pedophiles that are trying to make cannabis illegal once again. That irony is not lost on me. That this country hates pedophiles and loves cannabis, but our government loves pedophiles and hates cannabis. We have to advocate for the future that we want, and that is both by stopping these harmful terrorists that are in our government and advocating for people like us that are just citizens that want to consume, citizens and non-citizens that want to consume freely as they choose without the risk of going to jail. Because we all know who should be in jail. It's the people that are harming kids, not the people that are doing something with their own bodies that harms nobody else. Anyways, quick commercial break. I will be right back.
Listen, hey, me tell them, look. Yes, M4 corridor warrior, but you can't tell me stay in your lane. I got up one with James, that's my G4 X paid like Daniel Craig. Their man inside watching films, eating, we're outside layering cake. Bars that pierce like Brosnan, mad like Bronson, can't put me in no cage. I got friends who invest in Bitcoin, really, they should invest in bro. We write bars like crepes and cone, and we don't sell food like crepes and cones. I swear down with the best in BS, if we in E3, best in low. Give me some TP next to blow. Remember those days the Preston broke. Jealousy is a tribute, so I'm quite humble. Remember those days the Preston broke.
All right, chat, here we go.
This is the OG Peak Lightning. Very Sigma. Mint condition piece. This is worth several bands. Notice the PCB logo here? Backpack for cotton swabs. Fire. And the first tether. Yeet. Gotta lock that shit down. Notice the transparent housing and lights. Now since then, there's been around 500 limited editions. I fuck with you. Nice pieces. All right, chat, we are back. Start taking, chat, let me do this. I'm going to take one more, let me hit the proxy. I'm going to take one more dab that is not on the link, and then we'll start answering some link questions and jumping into it. It gets me too high. Like, it gets me way too high. That was such a hard stream on the last one, and I'm probably not going to make it very far. All right, let's go in. You know what? This is a brand I don't get to feature enough of on here, but I love them. This is Wooksauce Winery. You guys have seen them a ton throughout the years, but just not very recently. I'm loving this strain. I just popped open this jar a day or two ago. This is called Gouda from Wooksauce Winery. I mean, they really, really, really fucking kill it. They're an amazing couple. I love them so much. And this was just a fantastic jar. So let me just pop in here and take a quick dab. smelled really good. I don't know if it's a type of cheese, but it was giving me, I mean, it's called Gouda. It was giving me cheese tones. All right, let's take this. And then, yeah, chat, I'm curious, who has Link already? I'm guessing some of you already have it, but who's got Link in the chat? Curious. Yeah, Florida is not rec. Florida is definitely not rec. There's got to be a lag because I don't see any replies to that question. Damn. Proxy is so good, y'all. For delivery today. Damn, so nice. Man, that's why I love Proxy so much. It's such a great device. It's just spitting. You'll see the difference in a minute of what a Peak Pro can do with Link, but this is right where I want to be. Sir Cody, should I get the Link or the Pro? Me personally, man, I mean, oh God, that is a tough one. I mean, I feel like I just love the Proxy so much. I love it so much. It's exactly how I want to consume. Especially that hit. That hit was near perfect. Perfect hit. Yeah, if you don't have enough glass to justify it, I would definitely recommend the Proxy. If you already have like a bunch of glass, you know, Link might just give you way more of a new feeling for longer because you have so many different pieces to put it in now. Whew, damn. Chat, you know what? Give me 2 more seconds. Let me just run and get my iced tea. I need like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Listen, hey. We told them. Look. Yeah, it's the M4 corridor warrior, but you can't tell me stay in your lane. I got a bond with James, that's my G4 Rex paid like Daniel Craig. Yeah, man, inside watching films, eating, where outside layering cake. Bars that pierce like Brosnan, mad like Bronson, can't put me in no cage. I got friends who invest in Bitcoin, really, they should invest in bro. We write bars like crepes and cone, and we don't sell food like crepes and cones. I swear down with the best in BS, if we in E3, best in low. Give me some TP next to blow. Remember those days depressed and broke. Jealousy is a tribute, so I'm quite humble. Remember those days depressed and broke.
Good morning, guys. Let's drink our coffee and take a dab together. But first, we're gonna do something really, really fun together, okay? We're gonna grab our phones and we're gonna download this app called Five Calls. It's like the newest game. It's like super fun. Once you download this app, you're going to see this screen here. Then you're gonna scroll until you see Defund ICE, and you're gonna click that one. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna see all of our representatives here in Florida. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on one. Mine's Rick Scott. Fuck that guy. We're going to call him and we're going to just say this script here, okay? I'll do it first, and then we'll take a dab.
You have reached the office of Senator Rick Scott, Florida. Our normal business hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you are hearing this message within those hours, we apologize if we are busy assisting other constituents. If you would like to leave your...
Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm a constituent from Miami. I'm calling to ask that Senator Scott push to defund ICE by opposing any appropriation bill that maintains ICE funding and supporting legislation that claws back the $75 billion ICE slush fund created by H.R. 1 last year. This lawless agency is violently attacking and killing immigrants and citizens across the country and must be defunded and dissolved for good. Thank you for your time and consideration. And that's it. But since we're done with that, let's take a dab. Can't believe what's going on in America right now. It literally feels so dystopian. Yes, this is a gardening account, and yes, it's gonna get political because you can't garden if you're shot by ice. Love you guys.
That's right. It's always fuck ice from now till infinity, forever. Let's not even defund them. Let's get rid of them all. Let's fucking put them on trial. Motherfuckers. Just killed somebody today in Georgia, right? I think somebody died in Georgia today. Because of ice. Yep, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. I'm already on the list, so what am I gonna do? You know, they're gonna send me off to the camps as soon as they get the chance. But yeah. My favorite heady I own, period, is going to be this right here. There's actually two of them. I really got. Oh God, there's three of them. All right, these are my three favorites. All kind of sentimental, right? So like you have this one here. I'm realizing is backwards. This is a Ryan Fit piece. The inspiration comes from Sorayama, as an artist who has done this fembot type of character and other mechanical robot characters. And it's one of the most insane pieces ever because you can see the foot is like tucked. I couldn't put this on anything but the OG Peak because the foot is actually like, it's into the base. It's really hard. Let me see if I could show you this from the top. You see that foot? You see how it's on the base. It's on like the tolerance on this is so tight. It's insane. Never mind this probably has to be my number one. It's really a toss up between this one and this one. This has to be my number one because look, the discs come out and are magnet attached. It really, when it comes to glass art, this is made of glass and then I believe nickel plated. So like, this is, to me, one of the craziest things I've ever seen, period, in all of the functional glass art scene. I know there are a lot of other crazy pieces. I feel like this piece, it shouldn't be here. It should be in a museum. Like, it is unfathomable what Ryan did. And never mind how perfect all of the fingers and the toes are, which are, that's hard to draw. Imagine doing that with a form. And then imagine plating it, and then having it hold something. Ryan, I think he stayed up for like 3 days straight on a bender. This to me is by far the craziest fucking piece I've seen sober bender. Like, I mean like that. Like, right, he's crazy with it. The next piece for me is going to be a piece that we asked Ryan to make for the show Too Expensivest. It is dipped in gold. I would add my gold claw, that's somewhere around here too, that Ryan made of a proxy pipe that was dipped in gold as well. These two are just some of my favorites in terms of like beauty. It can be appreciated by a lot of people who are not even into glass. Or into Puffco or into cannabis. So I love these. And this one is really here. When I first said, oh, I know my favorite heady is, it's going to obviously be this one. Thank God this was sitting there because this is so special and UV reactive. So if you shine a black light on this, it's going to glow like through the eyes and other places. This to me, on top of it being a beautiful piece, is very sentimental. This was handmade by Scott Deppie for a Puffco product as a gift to me. Scott is one of the innovators whose road I walk down. And so for me to see a Mothership Scott Deppie piece on one of our devices, especially one that was made with the intention of it being for me and not, a consumer or something, but like, Scott made this for me. My God, that is never something I thought I'd say. And so like this is probably my like forefront of crazy shit. Now, like I really have to give it to Ryan for like the things Ryan has done. I have just not seen done before in the glass art world. And this is probably the best example of that. I think gold plating is another thing that you really see very rarely, but like Ryan is a fucking goat, man. Let me go and put these back real quick. I'm afraid of the Soriyama piece, man. It works too. It fucking rages. It fucking rages. What the fuck is this? What else? Man, I have so many cool things though. Like, this was the first Puffco glass open. This was a Ryan Fit piece that he made. Also UV reactive, very Tron-like. My relationship with Ryan kicked off because I tipped this over and broke the mouthpiece, freaked out and was like, bro, is there any way you could fix this for me? And that's how our relationship started. There's so much other glass here to show you, but like when we talk about how capable Ryan is, chat. Oh, it's a joystick thing. I gotta go top down for this one. Look at this. This is fucking Ryan, man. I don't even think I've hit this one yet. Bro. It's just an insane amount of artistry here, you know? So to pick a favorite is tough. Like, this is insane. Not as insane as the Soriyama piece, but maybe more insane than, you know, other pieces I would have picked as my headiest. But, like, it's so hard with Ryan, man. Like, the closer you look, there's a fish hidden in there. It just, man, Ryan Fit is truly one of the best of all fucking time. Yeah, truly a goat. Truly a goat. Yep, that's a coral reef, man. I mean, there's so many other pieces, man. I'm looking to see if that mushroom one he made for the mushroom. Yeah, I'll make this the last one. Oh yeah, oh God, now I gotta show that one too. This is Ryan Fit made this for the release of the new Peak for us. This is like a type of wood that's only found, I believe, where he lives in Northern California. And then let me just grab the Matt Robertson piece while I'm here. Oh, I almost fucking sucked. I love that piece. Almost dropped something, chat. All right, look at this. This is Ryan Fit and Matt Robertson glass. Dude. Ryan Fit's just a monster with it, dude. He really is. Museum quality work, man. Truly. Damn, I'm tall as fuck. All right, I'm now completely afraid of that tray. Like, holy shit. There's a lot of money sitting on that tray. Damn, there is a lot of money sitting on that tray. Yeah, it's got to be like at least 100,000 to work.
Like, just the mothership alone is like that's whatever you put the lights on. You know, it's like,
I mean, the mothership, I feel like I think the mothership would easily get 8, you know, easily.
oh, yeah.
How many Puffcos do you have? 50? All of them, dog. What do you mean? I have all of them. It's a big problem in my house. I got to get rid of them, man. Like I have so many used ones that like got retired because I got something new, but there was nothing wrong with them. I got to figure out something to do with that. Okay, chat. Yeah, those are a good question on the headies, man. Let's see. What else to dab? I got a lot I want to promote. That's my biggest issue for the day. All right, let's jump into there's a brand, If You Know You Know. That's the name of the brand, IYKYK. I believe their Instagram is IYKYKCA for California. He gifted me a jar of toad venom water hash once. Blew my mind completely. It was like, that had to be in the top 3 jars of water hash I smoked last year, easily. Happened to see him again a couple days ago. He he got me this, and he got me a very rare jar that admin is going to laugh at in a sec. And it's an old jar too. Let's go into this Toad Venom. If you know, you know is a brand. They're currently rocking a Durban Poison. I didn't even get a chance to post it, but they currently have a Durban Poison. It's called F1 Durban. Dude, it's a cross of a strain called F1 that was on the Phenohon and Durban Poison. And this brand has brought me so many terps that are gone that I just have not seen in years. Durban Poison is one of them. There's Durban Poison. There's Crippy, Florida Crippy that they had was insane. Grape Ape, I tried from them last year. What else, man? They had other ones that were like, how do you even have this? I just tried a chem from them yesterday. The palette of the people running that brand and their access to incredible stuff, it really blows my mind, man. I know it's at like the very top tier of what most people can get. This isn't the traditional side, so this isn't a rec company. But they really have my respect, man. If you know, you know. Every time I try their stuff, I am always impressed, man. I feel like I haven't had a thing from them I didn't love, and the only thing from them I didn't love was something that they didn't release. Which like I'll keep private. Like they were like, yo, just let us know what you think of it. And I'm like, actually, it wasn't my favorite. Everything they do is so fucking sick. So let's try that one somewhere. It's like that fell somewhere hidden inside of me. All right, check this out, chat. So this is Toad Venom, a strain that was really, really hard to get. Check my phone. Damn. Sorry. I had something come up real quick. Let me deal with this. Is not work related, chat. Can we go to commercial? I'll be right back. Everything's okay, but I got it.
Listen, hey. We told them. Look. Yeah, it's the M4 corridor warrior, but you can't tell me stay in your lane. I got a bond with James, that's my G4 Rex paid like Daniel Craig. Yeah, man, inside watching films, eating, where outside layering cake. Bars that pierce like Brosnan, mad like Bronson, can't put me in no cage. I got friends who invest in Bitcoin, really, they should invest in bro. We write bars like crepes and cone, and we don't sell food like crepes and cones. I swear down with the best in BS, if we in E3, best in low. Give me some TP next to blow. Remember those days depressed and broke. Jealousy is a tribute, so I'm quite humble. Remember those days depressed and broke.
All right, chat, here we go.
Yesterday?
Really?
Wait, you're not gonna hit that. You don't know what's in there.
I don't know. It says 100% rosin right here.
Okay, let me make this simple. Just ask yourself 2 questions. Question 1. Why does a rosin cart not look like a rosin jar if they have the same label? With a little research, you'll see that many carts use technology that was originally developed for e-cigs more than 20 years ago. This means concentrates have to change to work with this technology, instead of the technology serving the concentrates. The main difference is that carts require a much thinner liquid to work with this old tech. They often have to heat up the rosin to make it thinner or break it down into select parts. This is why all cart material looks the same. Question 2. Why do you have to clean after every dab, but carts don't require cleaning? Well, you're basically smoking reclaim. When heated over and over, hash loses terpenes and other volatile flavor compounds. It also degrades the flavor, experience, and high. No matter what,
You're choosing convenience over quality with the cart. God damn it, Brian.
Hey, Richard. What are you eating?
It's lunch we blended together. It's super processed, but so convenient.
I mean, it's like one more second for a way better experience.
Sorry about that, chat. I have a friend in need. That's something I didn't want to wait until after 5 to jump on. Paulie, do you personally dab Piatella in your Puffco? I don't actually really dab Piatella in the Puffco a ton. There has been some Piatella that dabbed wonderfully in our devices. I feel like Piatella is best when you're mixing it in to other stuff like a joint or a spliff. That's really where it shines the most. But yeah, I'm typically like, I love that it could do both. I really love that about Piatella, and I love the flavors you can get to through curing. But it's just not what I'm dabbing a ton of, mainly because of the water hash cleanup in our devices. Anyways, okay. I was showing you guys the toad venom. Here it is again. Let me get in here with a dabber. Clean this dabber real quick. Okay, all right. Ooh, buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. I see that, chat. Yeah, if you know, you know, it's just straight killing it. They keep killing it. Yeah, Portal Provisions is going to be one that I use next. I'm really avoiding using Link, chat. I'm really avoiding it just because I know as soon as I hit it, it's going to be really tough to answer questions. I'm not using it, but I have the eRide Pro 2.0. I really got to get it right. I think it's more important to fix it because it's the end of the fucking world. And like, that could be my way of like, you know, you just get a solar or something and charge it. But yeah, I really got to get it set up again, man. I took that one bad fall and I hadn't come back. All right, let's hit this toad venom. And then there's a few more jars I want to show you guys. I'm already fucking high. I'm only 2 dabs in, that's it. Damn, bro. Damn. You're right. Rostance, 1, thank you, G. 2, I just got to put new handlebars on it. I already got the handlebars. I just literally have to, like, you know, do some light tweaking. But Kevin just got himself a new car, a little 4x4. You saw it? It's cool. Yeah, he went really cool. I want to see what kind of car Kevin has, just for his own privacy and shit. But it's cool. So now I want to be like, yo, we got to go out there, man, and we could take our bikes.
I seen it in Venice.
Yeah, me and Kev have kind of like, we have matching. In some ways, we got matching cars. Yeah, I got to use the e-bike more, man. But thank you, Ross Stunts. Appreciate you, G. I really just got to go. I really want to go on a ride with you guys just around the city. It seems like so much fun. Maybe I'll be on my own Meta Glasses vibe that day. I love Roston's content, man. I really do. Like, he's got such a positive energy that recent video where some dude pulls up and he was like, you guys are fucking causing all these problems. He's like, all right, man, you have a good day, man. Like, he's just so nice. Like, I feel like
I was with him earlier than I did like that.
I think Ronster, like, not that he wants the smoke, but Ronster's there for the smoke.
He's down for sure, but Ron more like
Bro, he is a master de-escalator. That is a great way of putting it. Ross Stunts really is just out there being positive as fuck, man. Whew, okay. Yeah, no, if I were to go for a ride, I'm gonna go somewhere safe. Granted, I got my accident had was mostly to do with me. I could start setting up the link at least. This is the piece that I was gifted by oh, cool. This is the piece that I was gifted by Bear Mountain Studios. I've been hitting it all weekend. All weekend. That's fine. This thing takes a lot of water. Might be a smidge too much, but I gotta get one of these for the house. Absolute rager, man. Yeah, that's better. Stone definitely needs a bike. Paul, I'm already fucking faded, man. Oh, in-house melts is back on. Is not back on here. They're in here for the first time. I was just saying I have a feeling I'm going to close out the year with this jar being my jar of the year. Big shout out to Pot Snob, man. Look at this shit, bro. It's wild. It is wild, man. I mean, truly, it looks great, obviously, but the gas, bro. This could have been a much worse color, and I'd be dabbing the fuck out of it. Like, heart, just crazy endorsement, y'all. If you can get your hands on this, you should. I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I can get every last drop I can get. Like, I want to have that flavor for the next 3 years. I never want to not have that in my fridge. So, big shout out to In-House Melts. Big shout out to Pot Snob, man. On the front lines out in Colorado, really, really making sure that, like, we know what's great there. I would have no idea, honestly, about In-House Melts if it weren't for Pot Snob. He's really doing it out there. Okay, what else do we have? Everything going on the screen. Yeah, I guess I'll start setting this up, chat, but let's go through the link questions. If you have questions on link, if you have a question for now, please ask away. We can do our best to find them. We have some coming in from chat or from Instagram. But this is just gonna get me so high. Like, I'm already fucking high. Proxy does its fucking thing. But this is gonna put me over the edge. Yeah, the portal jar is actually what I'm gonna dab. So the craziest thing, bro, check this out, chat. This is already dry. Not dry, actually. This is still greasing. This is Portal Provisions Water Hash. You can kind of see what's already greased up. That's that pool part, right? And everything else you see are the trichomes collapsing on itself. So, like, this is what it looks like to go from a sandy type of situation. Can I zoom? Yeah. Let's zoom. Enhance. Whoops. Boom, there we go. Let's just have a little look-see. Wonderful, wonderful melt. Let's get this back out. Yeah, one of the biggest surprises from that Link stream for me is I actually haven't dabbed melt through Link at all. Ooh, nice catch. And yeah, it was like a rosin dab. It kind of blew my mind of how smooth it was. And that really speaks more to the melt than it does Link. but this really impressed the fuck out of me. So I'm gonna make this my next one. This might have been the thing that destroyed me. Yeah, Portal Provisions is such a talented hash maker, man. On the traditional side, he does such a fantastic job. Do I ever expect a link for Peak V2? No, it's, you know, this is something that I feel like mainly the pro users are going to want. And for us to make a link, you know, this is a complicated product to make. It's not just as simple as an extension cord. You have to make sure that you're building firmware around this, that everything is working super well together. This took us, mind you, this idea was incepted to me and my team on my 40th birthday. That's in April, 3 years ago. That's how long it took to make this. This was a decision to focus on this and not other projects. And so to make this for the Peak, I feel like it's never going to be as good as this. It's going to be a smaller chamber. You don't have the app controls. Like, it's hard to justify doing it for the new Peak. Yeah. Hell yeah. Machinist Evolution, I love that. I love that they're actually letting people try it. That's the way to go. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm just going to do... Yeah. I didn't believe mine at home either, honestly. I was shredding it on red, and I was like, damn, bro, is this really... I need one thing lighter than smooth, but I think I just got to turn the temperature down. I don't want to. What temps and time am I using on Link? Great question. I found 530 to be a bit hot, and one of the dabs I hit was at 522. So I'm using it at 522 for 40 seconds. That's it. I'm not somebody who keeps returning to the experience for a minute, 2 minutes straight. Some people really love that. I'm not one of them. 40 seconds is enough for me to rage it as hard as I can. And I'm almost never still smoking at the 40-second mark. That's a little bit different than, let's say, a proxy, where I'll hit a proxy so much and so often that I could probably do a minute session on a proxy, because as flavorful and satisfying as the vapor is, it's just something that's easy for me to keep returning to. This is something where I'm fully choked out 30 seconds in. But yeah, 522 at 40 seconds. That's what I'm ripping the Link at, the Peak Pro Link. All right, let me do one more question. Yeah, let me do one more question. This smells amazing. I'll just put this on the cam one more time. This is the Grape Mountain coming in from Portal Provisions, Trop Cookies, Grape Pie, and Wedding Crasher. These are all like pretty widely available strains, but this is just so pleasant on the nose. Let's go. Let me actually pull out a dab off on the hash can. Gotta go for a big old goober here, you know? I want a large one, chat. It's not even that big, man. The camera adds 0.1. There it is. Chat, come on. That's not even that crazy, man. We go bigger. All right, I feel like that's about the most I'm gonna get. I'm just making a mess now. All right. It doesn't feel like a ton more, but that's all right. You know, that's a decent sized dab. Let's boom. Drops right off. Now I took that. Did he say to take it on green actually? Did I take that on green on stream? Yeah, I think I did. I think it was on green. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on green. I'm gonna trust my own memory here. All right, Chad, here we go. I probably missed yeah. Somebody asked what inspired the new device. I guess I'll have to answer that right after this. Is it working? There it is. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was ready or not. It tastes so good. But damn, it's so effective. I'm cooked. I'm gonna be fucking cooked now for the rest of the stream. Fuck. This is gonna be a really hard product to show you guys on camera, honestly. Like I'm not even a minute post dab. I want to go lay down. Oh man. You know the feeling, you know? It's just like, damn, bro, I'm high now. This is why you're getting the product. You're not doing the product so you can sit there and be in a fucking Zoom meeting yapping your ass off. You might be, but you're really buying it, so it's very effective. So you take a dab and be like, bro, I don't want to see another dab or cannabis for a minimum of an hour. Just gonna clean this up real quick. This has to be 6-star. The cleanup is so easy. Damn. Portal provisions. This is so impressive, man. Holy shit. This is like also cup level. Like this would place very high in a hash competition. Holy shit. I'm fucking high now, man. God damn. God damn. Okay. What are the questions, Admin? What do you got? I'm done, man. I am done. It's like we're at 4. It's like doing 5 is gonna be a goal today. What else did I wanna? I definitely have to dab the soy cubano sour. And I could probably save everything else. I'm so high, man. Oh my god. If you're keeping up today, it's gonna be easy to beat me, man. I'm trying to out dab most people on most days that are watching this, but today there's people out there now that are way ahead of me. Yeah, so if you wanna, you know, if you wanna change your link to working at excuse me. If you want to change it to working, I gotta shift this a little bit. You can actually tilt it. We didn't design it to do that. I'm sure there will be people that will be making adapters for sure, but you can put this at an angle and then it will actually work with a 45 and keep it upright. It's not ideal. Again, we didn't design it for that, even though it's a good idea. We probably should have. But you're gonna see somebody. You'll feel that it's hard to actually turn this away. So like it'll be a little off place, but it'll still be well connected, and you can use it at 45 degrees. And then, like I said, people are going to be making adapters for this in no time. Oh, damn. Will I break the link? You will not break the link. This part right here fully removable. So you can twist it. Again, it's not going to be perfect. And then somebody's going to make an adapter for it. Also, most rigs that are at a 45-degree angle were made to actually tilt up and hit at a 90-degree angle. Most of them, not all of them. But when if you're buying a new piece specifically for this, it's going to be pretty easy for an artist to make an adapter that fits this in exactly the way they want. What info, Yuki? If you're talking about like the glass adapter, as soon as we showed it to Elbow, within minutes, he was like, oh, I'm going to make a custom glass connection for this. And then the next day, somebody had already done that. Somebody I know who doesn't even know Elbow. Yeah. Bro, I'm so high. This is so tough. Damn. How's your smoking experience? Been different with the link. Love seeing you hit rigs. My experience has been amazing, actually. I gotta say, it's been fucking amazing. That's probably how to say experience in a language, right? I don't know which one. Maybe French or something. Experience, Italian. Maybe it's Italian. Who could be? It could be an Italian. Somebody from Italy. Oh, Pelligrosa. Hey, it actually might be how you say it in a different language. That would be cool. Yeah, so when you're consuming a Peak Pro with a top, it feels like it has what we're kind of realizing now. It feels like it has a limited scope of experience. So even if you're not using our topper and you're using or a Ryan Fit recycler that we have, right? Or you're going and using something that puts a really big chunky top to the point where you have to get a stand to put it in, and it's really top heavy. No matter what it is, it feels like there's only so much it can do. And putting it into a rig has really shown us how different the experience can be from rig to rig. Even on the ones that I was hitting in Colorado, there was a very clear difference of some of them. I am spitting vapor unlike anything I ever thought I could get from a Puffco device. That happened with the WJC. That's actually happening with this one right here. And then there were other pieces I hit where I was like, oh, a Peak Pro is at least as good as this. I know I can get this experience from a Peak Pro. Just seeing how many options you have now, and if there's an artist whose work you've loved, or you've hit a dab off of their piece and been like, holy shit, this is amazing, you're going to want to try that with the link now. But that's just kind of been the biggest mind blower, is that every single piece is hitting so differently. I knew that from my days of just dabbing with conventional rigs. Some bigs are better than others. Few are better than a Contrabasso. Kind of knew that, but just seeing it with our devices really shows the spectrum of experience, both that our device can provide and that so many rigs can provide. It was really fucking amazing. Yeah, that was my experience. This. Mac, look what I have to say about the Heady Boys crying about 3DXL not being quartz. I mean, it's tough, you know, like quartz is extremely valid for a few reasons. One, when paired with a torch, or, you know, they have, fuck, what do they call the homies at, oh my God, I'm forgetting their name. Disorderly Conduction, what's their device called? Snake or something? Cobra? Cobra Coil or something, yeah. So like quartz works well when you are dumping power into something. You're just absolutely dumping power. And I believe specifically it will work well with that disorderly conduction system, or when you're using a torch. But when you are chasing efficiency, when you're chasing getting an incredible hit while making the most use of power that you have, ceramic is just elite, right? And I think that some people say like, oh, I can taste the difference. Well, then you have a very specific niche taste. And you should just keep using quartz. That's totally cool. I don't see anything wrong with it. On a chemical level, there's nothing happening to where you would be tasting it better on quartz than on ceramic. God, I almost got to take that back because I want to have that well researched, because someone's going to be like, actually, Jolly, there's something here, which I don't believe there is. Thank you, admin. The Cobra nail. You should keep using those, man. Like, the best part of this product, or if you're a quartz lover, is you don't have to get this, man. This isn't like a required purchase for anyone. If you're somebody who's like, my Puffco's my Puffco and it has a place, and my quartz and torch are what they are and they have their place, then you should absolutely use them. That's totally cool. If you're somebody who feels like not using a torch would make your experience better, if you're somebody who values the portability in the entire setup, I could take this thing right here, wrap it 3 times, but I could take this thing right here, excuse that I'm not doing it perfect, now I have to do it somewhat perfect. I could take this thing right here and take it with me anywhere. And now I can get 30 dabs, right? Anywhere I go, 30 big rippers with any single piece. There are some people that are going to value that. There are some people that are at home, like WJC, who have kids, who have a situation where they don't want to be using a torch and dunking their nails in ISO at home. This might be for you, but if you're somebody who's like, I love quartz and it works for me, that's awesome. Keep using it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I also think that, like, there are literal pedophiles running the government, bro. Like, are you mad about an extension cord? Are you mad about somebody who likes a certain kind of system that happens to use ceramic while you prefer quartz? Brother, and I say brother because I know it's just mostly fucking lonely dudes that get upset about this. Brother, there are pedophiles running the government. I would save your keystrokes for the pedophiles running the government. We're just trying to make fun devices you can get high with. For a lot of people, it has a very positive impact on their lives. For some people, they seem to be triggered by it, like it's an imposition on their view of the world. You're free to use whatever you want, man. It's totally cool. I love quartz. You know what my favorite part of quartz is? That you can see through it. That when you put it onto a beautiful rig and when you torch it up and you have this thing sitting here that has effectively no power source as soon as you put the torch down. And it is beautiful. When you put hash in it, you're seeing hash in motion. That to me is the best part of quartz. I don't think we're ever going to beat that. That's the thing, that it will always have a place, because when you want to see art and be magic, that's sometimes something only quartz can do. But when you're chasing function, the function of your beautiful piece of artwork and the function of a consistently amazing dab that can give you the same temperature for 2 fucking minutes on your piece, something you just have not gotten from quartz before, then it could be something that works. But yeah, please do me a favor. Stop being triggered by a vaporizer accessory. Start being triggered by a pedophile run fucking government that seems to want to reverse its course on cannabis, weirdly enough, right? Like, that seems a better suiting place for outrage than a vaporizer accessory that a lot of people are going to love and some people should just not care about if they don't. That's my view. Yeah. This is America. We do what we want. Weird thing when we're talking about pedos, Skinny Long Penny. I would say that's, I'm not really for state violence, but I don't think I know anybody who wouldn't support it against pedos, I feel that's one thing the state should stop you from doing, not the thing the state should be the best at doing. What do I know, though, bro? I'm just a wokey, right? Canna Space was always political. That's facts, man. To me, it is the most cucked out thing you could do. To be given your right to consume cannabis without fear of losing your freedom, and then to immediately be on the side of the people who are enforcing the same laws against others. Like, we all know that there was a boat. Where was the boat coming from? Do you maybe know, Jeremy? The boat that got double tapped in the Caribbean? It was in the Caribbean or was it in the Gulf? It was in the Gulf. So, like, you guys remember, there was a strike on a boat that they were saying were migrants or something else. Well, here's how like aligned these two issues are of like laws against immigration and laws against drugs. They killed everyone on that boat. Double tap strike. That's murder. They didn't have to kill anyone, right? Like they could have at least stricken it. They could have hit the boat and then had whatever forces come in and pick up the people there. No, they just murdered them. Why? Because they had drugs. So they say. So they say they had drugs on that boat. Drugs that were going to make it into this country. And those people just got murdered. And the drug war that's supposed to be over in the country where they're talking about taxing you for having a high percentage of THC. Like if you get a pre-fill that is limited to 200 milligrams of THC, like you're not going to have to get 5 of those pre-fills. And then they're going to tax you more on each one. So if you want to consume 1,000 milligrams, 1 gram of THC, maybe now you have to spend 5 times as much. You don't see how this is all linked? Like all these things are interconnected. Yeah. Oh, another temper. People are upset that I'm claiming that we stole that new design for the rig adapter. I don't even know how that's a thought, right? Like, first, all love to Taskrock, the inventor of the e-nail, circa, what, 2012, 2013, 2014, somewhere in that timeline around then. That's the person who said, I'm going to have a power source that I plug into a wall, and there's something coming from there and putting it into an adapter. Whatever was made doesn't look exactly like this. It's not connected in the same way that this connects. There are features that I actually wanted to brush up on of like what we put in here and like some of the work that we had to do to get this to work as flawlessly as it does in rigs. But like somebody saying that we knocked off an extension cord, I don't know, man. It feels very like dab towels coded to me for those that know the lore, where somebody is like, I thought of this first. All right, man. I don't know how you could take credit for thinking of an extension cord. But yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. Favorite aspect of the new link? I think I kind of went through that, admin. I don't know if there's anything else that I could like say. God, I'm really fucking high. I got to take at least 1 or 2 more dabs, but I'm really high. I mean, I believe we certainly have the most patents in the e-rig space. I believe we have the most patents in the cannabis vaporizer space, and we have patents filed for Link. And whatever is described in those patents is not going to be anything that somebody else was using. Puffco is built on innovating for the future. Like we're built on innovating in the space. We're never stealing any ideas from anyone. There are projects like the original Puffco Pro, the coil-based vape pen. It kind of went off the market because our supply chain got fucked up. But because it was so copied, I deaded the product and we released the Puffco Plus. I did not want to be doing the same thing as everyone else. I did not want to be doing anything that anybody would confuse as tapping into the same white label pool that other companies tap into. That's why we have the patents we do. But anyway, some people are going to think that. I've seen some, like, I don't know. There seems to be like a dude who's getting some traction, just like being, I don't know, being like, oh yeah, fuck Puffco. Always happens, by the way, with like, whenever we do something new, there's always somebody capitalizing on like, I don't like this and I'm going to talk about it. It's totally valid. No problem with it. But I didn't see anything that was like, oh my God, how did we miss this? I just saw extension cords for chambers. It's not some, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I actually think Thomas Edison was a big thief, wasn't he? Didn't he steal a bunch of his designs? Or no, he just made bad designs that eventually went, oh yeah, anyways. I'm taking that as a diss, Sir Bacon. If you meant it that way, then I bet it worked. If you didn't, though. Yeah. God, I'm so fucking high. I'm so high. It's not just an extension cord, it's a link. I mean, you're right. I'm being very reductive with that. It's just when somebody's like, I thought of this first, it's a weird thing. Like it's a very, When you're filing a patent, it can't just be, I'm the first person to ever do this. You have to prove that it was a novel invention. Like you have to prove that this was something that was not obvious. And we did that. We did something that nobody had thought of, and there was nothing close to it. And even though there may be some similarities with some things, you're showing this is a very novel idea that we put out there. And especially when it's done, that goes back to our like our peak patent. Especially when you see that everybody starts doing it, but before yours they never did it. You're showing that these are novel ideas. Anyways. What is my favorite high time snack? Fruits, bro. My favorite fruit is a peach. Dead in the middle of peach season. I just went to dead in the middle of little. I'm fucking high, chat. I'm high and I'm old. This is a reference nobody will know. It's from a rapper, Big Pun, when I was a fucking teenager. Yeah, fruits, man. A peach, you fucking get a ripe peach in the middle of summer, man. And you cut it down the middle and you just open it up, cut into little quarters or something, and it's just got to be perfectly ripe but not too mushy. That is the most elite on a good summer day where I have gone to the farmer's market actually and have gotten it. Bro, I'm putting away 12, 14 peaches. Like, I love it. I can't get enough of it. But I feel like fruits in general, everybody's different with fruits. It's just the most elite. It's hydrating. It's good for you. It's tasty. You're not going to feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, you need a pack of Sour Patch Kids. Your teeth are going. Like, you get the sugar crash, but you eat fruits and you just feel alive. Kiwis are cool too, man. I think I haven't had good kiwis the last bunch of times. Wodie's on that gusher shit. Wodie, you would love fruits, bro. I don't know if you know this, but like, I don't know if you know what gushers are based on. But you would love fruits, bro. You'd love fruits. Also a good PB&J. Jersey peaches? Are they making good peaches in Jersey? Man. Berries go hard too, man. It's also, I've been struggling to get good blueberries. Strawberries are just awful. I mean, we don't get good fruits in the country, unfortunately. You got to go to like heady spots to get them. Where do you find inspiration from in your life? I don't know, Admin. I don't even know. I feel like it's such a. I maybe feel like today that answer is. I feel like a really big responsibility for the position I'm in and how bad things are in the world to maybe do something with my time with that. That's the current inspiration. It's not the inspiration that's always driven me of just like, I'm obsessed with it, with this experience and I want to make it better and better and better every turn. That's just been a constant. And we love doing it. It's never not been fun. But if there's anything that like is like, you got to get up and go do your fucking thing today, it's that the world is falling apart. And I feel like we're all divided when we agree on so many of the same things, right? We all agree that, you know, humans deserve healthcare, right? Children deserve an education. Humans deserve housing. There should be no reason that a billionaire, somebody's almost a trillionaire, while you have a mother of two living in her fucking car. These are insane thoughts to have. We all agree on them. And I feel like a big responsibility more than ever to just not be neutral. Like if there's anything that is inspiring me right now, it is, I don't know. What's that line? You know, the old world is dying, the new world hasn't been born, now is the time of monsters. I think that's the line. I feel like we have to be a part of bringing in the new world, of making sure that like we're all aligned, that the future means people are safe to access cannabis and people are free from state violence. Like I think we can all agree on that. So anyways, it's kind of a weird answer, but something I struggle with now, you know, like the world is falling apart. I feel weird. I'm just showing up and being like, oh, let's all get high and have fun. And my God, we need cannabis more than ever, especially when the world is falling apart. But it's a weird time. Usually I just get to come on here and have fun, but I feel like every day now is heavy. So inspiration is a better world, I guess. We post all of our jobs on LinkedIn and Indeed, I believe. God, I'm fucking high. Coffee flavored milk. This guy loves milk. I want milk. Give it to me coffee flavored. Grilled PB&J. All right. What else? There's something else. Oh, I had to try the. So this is not. This is a jar that I used because I polished off this whole jar on stream. This is the Soy Cubano Sour Diesel. Good down this. Man, Link just works too well. I go non-verbal on Link. It's really hard to talk. As a more wealthy individual, what framework do you think would be needed to disseminate billionaire wealth and prevent this shit from happening again? Bro, Snow by one, I can't even say that answer publicly. You know what I mean? Like, there's no. I think the French did their motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that I think you have to criminalize people that cause great harm to others. I think that United Healthcare, you know, hey, Luigi, free my man. You know what I mean? Like, that's one person, bro. That's one person. That company's job is to serve shareholders. Never mind that this should already be something that our government does with our tax dollars for us, providing healthcare, right? But like, that is a company full of people whose job is to prioritize the people making money off of their business over the people they serve. Their margin of error is, or their profit margins are determined by how many people they are willing to fucking kill. That's not criminal. That's not criminal. Now, depending on what state me and you go to, we might be criminals, man. We might be felons, depending on what state we go to. But if killing a human is a marginal error for you, something you're willing to write off to get other people rich, that's a systemic problem. That is a systemic problem. It's deeper than any one greedy billionaire. Like, Elon Musk didn't win capitalism. He is the inevitable result of capitalism. This is what happens when a government chooses capital over people in general. And so, like, as a wealthy person, I'm not wealthy enough to create any meaningful change in this world. You know, like, that's weird. I'm wealthy enough to make sure that me and the people I love are safe and I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from, like I've had to at points in my life, or how I'm going to pay rent or avoid getting evicted, like I have at some points in my life, or having my car repoed. Like, these were a normal part of my experience before Puffco came into my life. I don't know that I'll ever see enough wealth to change anything. And I don't think there's any individual that can change the system. I think all of the people, most of the people in this country, damn near all of them, are suffering from the problems created by what seems to be a pedophilic elite running this country and the Western world. And so, like, the thing that has to change is that everybody has to agree that we're not taking that shit anymore. That's what has to change. That's it. Like, the reason they divide you, the reason they find issues to separate people on, whether it's religion or sexual preference or identity, they need that. They need you to hate someone for who they are or what they believe, because God forbid you find out that it's really just a few people that are doing this, and a system that allows it to happen because we accept it. And I hope that right now is a time of awakening, you know? That's where we're at. Me, I can't do shit. We could bring this motherfucker to its knees and create a new world. And that's going to happen when we all agree that, like, enough is enough. And so far, you see that dude in the airport screaming of, like, did you see the files? They're eating babies. He's screaming, and that should be our reaction. That's me before and after stream at all points of, like, what's happening, man? There are sick. I saw another picture of, like, a fucking torso in a duffel bag or something that somebody put. Bro, we are in dark times. We need to align, and everybody, man, we need to be together. It's got to be down versus up. We're not there yet. and I'm surprised. Anyways, let me keep it going. Yo, let me know which hash maker was on the list, Head Stash. What? I know that there was like, I think I searched cannabis in there, and I saw like some cannabis company come up, but like they were trying to get Epstein into the business or some shit. Yeah, Bondi's horrible human. This is Keeping It Coastal Sour Diesel. That's probably 3 years old. This is probably I got gifted a jar of this, I believe, rosin from Cash Tree Mason a long time ago. And then if you know, you know, just threw me the rest of this jar. 3 years ago, this was some of the only sour diesel I was able to get, and it was some of the best sour diesel I was able to get. I haven't really had a lot of Keeping It Coastal since. I'm not sure if they're around as a brand, but this was probably very well maintained, just looking at the jar. So let's give it a dab. That's a nice big dab. Yes. Ah, lost it. There's like a tech. Oh, and I don't think it's meant for hot knives, honestly. There's like this pulling and snapping tech when you're playing with a jar of hash, but it's probably meant more for metal. I mean, that's what they're hoping. Riaz, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. That's what they're hoping, right? That you just kind of get sick of hearing about it, you just accept it. It's a pedophilic elite running the country. They're, you know, killing innocent people. They're kidnapping kids. Wonder what's happening to all of the kids captured by ICE, right? I mean, they're answering to a pedophilic elite. What's happening? They really hope you just start saying that's the way it is. Because God forbid you say enough is enough. And enough people say that, it gets weird. Yeah, 3-year-old hash, man. That was 3 years old. I know because last time I had this was 3 years ago. And he said it was from around that time. Snowball, I don't think I. Oh, here we go. Damn. That's good. It stands up. It stands up against all of the sour I've seen recently. I also have to say the Peak Pro with Link is handling hash, water hash, so well. So fucking well. Yeah. That was amazing. That was really amazing. Holy shit. God, that one got me. Oh, it's 5-2. I gotta run in a second. Damn, I'm fucking high. Bro looks like a fucking bank robber. I look like a fucking catnapper over here, man. It's not like what they used to call burglars. I'm looking like the fucking hamburglar out here, bro. I'm looking like the fucking hash burglar out here. Come. That's gonna be the new. Somebody's gonna make that Instagram account immediately. The hash burglar. All right, I got something I have to jump on at 5. Anyways, chat. Yeah, that's about it for me. Stop arguing with your peers and start aligning that we got to build a better world because it's the only way it's gonna happen. Yeah, very light 5 ski, man. I was yapping today. Anyways, I gotta run, y'all. Peace. Thank you.
What is your definition of happiness?
A clear horizon. Nothing to worry about. Only things that are created.